19 million tons of cargo was transported through Kazakhstan's territory in 2018. Analysts say that these are record figures, proving the country's high potential in this area. Kazakhstan, located between two large markets like China and the European Union, can profit from the cargo transit. In this regard, the country's leadership has been working towards creating the necessary infrastructure so that Kazakhstan could become a key point in the transport route between China and Europe. Today, the majority of goods from China are delivered through the so-called Southern Route, the Indian, Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, where the delivery duration makes up 40 to 45 days. The land route through Kazakhstan's territory shortens the delivery time threefold. Kazakhstan pays special attention to attracting the producers and transporters to choose the land route, starting from China, passing through Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, and going all the way to Europe. This is the so-called Northern Route. The second route includes the Caspian Sea, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and the Black Sea, and goes further to Europe. Transit through Kazakhstan is 2 to 3 times faster by rail and 10 times cheaper compared to the air transport.
И дешевле в 10 раз, чем воздушным транспортом.
Development of the logistics and transport infrastructure continues. The total capacity of Kazakhstan ports has reached 26 million tons of freight per year. Construction of the highways is actively developing as well. The state has allocated more than 1 trillion tenge for construction and reconstruction of highways. This year, the work will continue on 24 projects related to roads.
По итогам года также планируется открыть движение на порядка 600 километрах.
Before the end of the year, nearly 600-kilometer long roads will be built and 1,700 kilometers of roads will be repaired. We have 6 main international transit corridors. 3 of them have been fully put into operation. The work continues on other 3 corridors. In 2020, we're planning to launch traffic on all international transit routes.
Движением, получается, все международные транзитные коридоры.
Over 2.5 million tons of freight will be shipped through the Kuryk Seaport in 2019 compared to 1.5 million tons of shipped cargo in 2018. The Caspian Kuryk Seaport, located in western Kazakhstan, was put into operation 2 years ago. Since then, it has become a pivotal component in the country's transformation into a continental transport and logistics hub of Eurasia. It handles freight coming from China, passing through Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkey and Ukraine to reach Europe.
2018 жыл бізге Құрық портына өте жақсы жыл болды деуге болады. Елбасының қатысуымен Құрық портында автомобиль құрамы ашылды.
2018 was a good year for Kuryk. We opened a car ferry terminal at the seaport. President Nazarbayev attended the opening. In 2018, we handled 10% more freight than the planned target. The overall transshipped freight amounted to 1,610,000 tons, larger amount compared to 2017. The number of vessel calls reached 453, which is a 70% growth.
Кемелердің саны 453 кемені біз бір жылда өңдедік.
The car ferry terminal in the Kuryk Seaport is capable of serving up to 20,000 cars a year. In addition, there are 2 berths for the rail transport. Each of them can serve and send 4 ships per day. The capacity of 1 barge is 50 freight cars. 210 barges were placed in this ferry terminal last year.
Мен экспедиторлық бөлімінің маманы боламын.
I register documents for passengers and drivers. We have a single window system. All the necessary procedures are carried out in a short time.
Осындай таза әрі әдемі ғимаратта отырамыз.
The Kuryk Seaport is part of the Trans-Caspian International Transport Corridor. The sea harbor managers intend to expand cooperation with other countries. Before the end of the year, shipments will be launched to Iran and Turkmenistan. The ferry handling capacity in the Kuryk Seaport will reach 6 million tons. Pavlodar aluminum plant is set to increase production volumes of high-grade aluminum and expand exports in 2019. The local metallurgists are planning to double the aluminum output from 15,000 to 40,000 tons per year. The plant's managers are confident that the factory will expand the range of consumer goods made of aluminum and produce more types of aluminum products.
Данный завод является стратегическим как для области.
The aluminum plant is of strategic importance for the region and the country in general because doped aluminum meets the fourth stage of aluminum production. The doped aluminum production enterprise uses products from Pavlodar electrolysis plant as raw materials. Both enterprises are modern production facilities with digitized operations. Aluminum is delivered to the plant with a special equipment which prevents the metal from cooling.
Ручной труд у нас минимизирован, все производится автоматически.
Manual labor is minimized at our plant. All operations are automated. We don't waste electricity to melt aluminum, and that is very cost-effective. A new wheel rims production factory is another enterprise ready to bolster in Pavlodar. The enterprise belongs to the aluminum cluster of the region. Potential investors are ready to expand the product line and significantly increase the added value of the goods.
Невероятно, я бы сказал, широко распространена индустрия алюминия.
The aluminum industry is extremely high in demand. Aluminum is used everywhere, down to the protective clothing. In the global scale, 5 to 7% of all manufactured products are made of aluminum.
5-7% всего, что делается, оно делается из алюминия.
Some of the major buyers of Kazakhstan-made aluminum are large goods producers from Western Europe. Kazakh scientists took part in the 2019 International Symposium of Experts held in Stockholm. The forum participants spoke about the latest effective approaches in anti-aging medicine and gerontology, aiming to find new ways to longevity and better physiological capacity.
Это и образ жизни, это соблюдение биоритма.
It is very important to lead a healthy lifestyle, observing biorhythms and reducing calories. Physical exercise and medical checkups are also very important.
Все крайне важно. Да, безусловно, своевременное медицинское обследование.
At the symposium, the Kazakh delegation presented a translation of the famous book titled Nobel Prizes and Notable Discoveries by renowned Swedish researcher Erling Norby. The publication was released with the help of the Nazarbayev University and Kazakhstan's first President's Foundation. The book talks about breakthrough discoveries in life sciences, physiology and medicine.
4 книги мы перевели. И вот 4-ю книгу был успешно сделан перевод, издание.
We have translated 4 books so far. The 4th book was successfully translated and published with the support of the Nazarbayev University. Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev prioritizes the development of science and health sectors, and he supported this idea. Kazakhstan is a successful example in the CIS of how a government supports research and sciences. Kazakhstani experts got recently involved in the activities of the Nobel Foundation, an important step in promotion of sciences in the country.
И это очень важно для развития науки в Казахстане.
Famous Kazakh scientist and Professor Valery Benberin was involved in the editing of the book, which is now part of the collection of the Nobel Museum.
Этот труд, он является важным в том плане, что он подводит итоги многолетних научных исследований.
This important work summarizes the years-long scientific research of a large number of scientists in different countries and determines the future development of the science. The book will be presented in the world's leading universities and archives of the Nobel Committee.
В всех ведущих университетах мира, а также в архиве Нобелевского комитета и Королевской шведской академии.
At the conference, the Kazakh officials and the Nobel Foundation members identified the future cooperation plans. At the invitation of Kazakhstan, author Erling Norby will pay a visit to Astana to give lectures for the students of the Nazarbayev University. Kyrgyz farmers have started harvesting tomatoes in winter. Mirlan Obaidullayev runs a greenhouse in Mimbulak village. The farmer says harvesting at this time of the year is a common practice. Vegetables harvested in winter have a special taste. The profitable business allowed Mirlan to expand the farm to 3,500 square meters. The variety is very good. It endures cold weather well. One bush yields up to 5 kilograms of tomatoes. The farmers started growing tomatoes 2 years ago. Since then, they established direct deliveries to Bishkek. The farmers are set to plant sweet peppers this year. My work is not difficult. I pull, weed, and harvest vegetables. It is not easy to find a job in rural areas. That is why we're very lucky to have a job. Tajik farmers are also busy harvesting fruits and vegetables. This year, the carrot yield in the Republic is expected to be higher than ever. According to farmers, carrots are one of the 3 most popular vegetables in Tajikistan. I am planning to harvest more than 12 tons of carrots this season. The profit will total about $1,000. The weather has been good and the yield is very high. Carrots in Tajikistan are planted in winter as a resowing. These vegetables produce high yields and are easy to maintain. Tajik farmers harvested almost 1 million tons of vegetables in 2018, and a tenth of which was carrots. Tourism development is gaining momentum in Kyrgyzstan. The authorities are supporting the industry. One of the latest achievements in this field has been a construction of a new hotel facility in the ski resort of Karakol, located in the beautiful Tian Shan Mountains. The resort normally attracts the major share of foreign tourists in wintertime. This is a wonderful place. The service is getting better and better with every year. The first visitors of the new facility were tourists from Germany, America, Saudi Arabia, and neighboring Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The hotel staff members speak several foreign languages, making the stay here most comfortable.
Просто выше всяких похвал.
Cottages are very good and the kitchen is excellent. The staff and the service are top-notch. I think that next time we will definitely come back to this place.
Следующие разы уже даже выбора у нас не будет, кроме как это место.
The cottage town is built from an environmentally friendly pine. The local restaurant offers a variety of traditional and Central Asian dishes. The service is good, the staff is friendly, which is important in our time. When people travel, the quality of their vacation depends on how well they are greeted and treated. A log house, good food, and friendly atmosphere are all I need in the mountains on a vacation. Karakol is amazing. I'm happy with the sunny weather. The snow is soft. It is 12 to 15 centimeters high. Great for snowboarding. Over the years, the annual World Nomad Games have attracted tens of thousands of tourists from all over the world to Kyrgyzstan. People are attracted in new travel destinations. In their turn, the local entrepreneurs are taking all the necessary steps to make sure travelers are comfortable. Kazakhstan has announced the year 2019, the year of the youth, to focus efforts on promoting education and young talents. This year will see a larger amount of state grants and scholarships for university students, a variety of youth promotion projects and campaigns in science, technology, sports and culture. Officials of the Kazakh Ministry of Social Development have developed a draft roadmap of 70 events dedicated to the youth year, outlining the important dates and a pipeline of major social projects. We believe that the roadmap aims to support our youth across different categories. The roadmap sets important objectives such as providing better access to affordable and quality education, housing for young families and young people in general. Author and archaeologist Krym Altynbekov completed a book about one of the major archaeological finds made in Kazakhstan in a decade, the remains of a princess of the Saka period in eastern Kazakhstan in 2013. The book describes the importance of the discovery, provides information on the status and role the Orjar princess had played at the time, explains the methods that were used to conserve, restore and reconstruct the remains. The publication features illustrations and archival photographs made at the excavation site. The author has donated the book to the National Museum of Kazakhstan.
Эта книга описывает полностью время, территорию, где была найдена Орджарская.
This book describes the time and place where the Orjar princess was discovered, gives information about the excavations and restoration. The book also describes the research work that has been done after the Orjar princess was found up until she was fully restored.
Находки до восстановления, реконструкции Орджарской жрицы.
The book can be of great interest for restorers, archaeologists, historians, and students, and is now available for readers at the science section of the National Museum, the repository of rare research books.
Это уникальные книги по шествию Золотого человека по миру. Это те книги, которые найдены археологами.
Our collections include unique books on the Golden Man's worldwide tour, books found during archaeological excavations, books donated to our library, books about unique exhibits written by our researchers and scientists. All these rare works are kept in our library.
Очень редкие книги, те, которые по, как говорится, по музею, по искусству.
The library stores books and audiovisual materials about Kazakhstan's ethnography, history, and archaeology. It also has a large digital collection.
Также у нас имеется электронная библиотека, и любой читатель может ввести в поиске название книги, либо автора, и с легкостью может найти...
We also have a digital library. Any reader can type in the search, the title, or the author of a book and easily find the requested book, read an abstract or a description of the book. The digital library contains almost all the books kept in the main library. The audio archive contains songs recorded in the 20th century, in the 1970s and 1980s, and they're also part of the main reserve.
В 80-х, 70-х, 80-х годах. Также они хранятся в золотом фонде.
Readers who are interested in the archival materials can have access to the books in the reading room. The museum's library collection can satisfy almost any request. I am a reader of the Scientific Library of the National Museum of Kazakhstan. I'm currently working on research project, so I come here often. This section is mainly used by the museum researchers working on their projects. Today, the Library of the National Museum includes over 7,000 rare books, most of which constitute the library's main collection. Kazakhstan's film industry started the year with some good news. 2 films made by the Kazakh film studio won awards at the Bangladesh Film Festival. The feature film titled The Little Prince of the Big City by director Talhat Temenov was named the best children's film. The cameraman of Shingrao won the award in his nomination in the competition of the Asian films. This year, the film festival in Dhaka gathered 220 films from 72 countries. Not only critics but also international jury members, TV and film producers spoke highly of the quality of the Kazakh films. Many of the participants showed interest in the Kazakh series, the Kazakh Khanate, the Diamond Sword. Chinese and Latin American broadcasters expressed interest in buying the broadcasting rights to the series, says producer Arman Asenov, who is now in Moscow at the Russian premiere of the series held in the Tretyakov Gallery.
Бразилия там и латинские страны. И они вот как бы удивились, приехали, сразу же написали очень много статей.
Delegations from Brazil and other Latin American countries were surprised and they wrote a lot of reviews about the film. They compared us with the Game of Thrones. It is a good comparison because the film is very similar in the approaches to filming, the scale and the costumes. The only difference is that our film is based on history of the nomads.
Жоғалтып алған мемлекетіңізді осыдан 25 жыл бұрын қайтып өз қолымызға алып отырмыз.
We regained our independence 25 years ago. We are rethinking our history and modernizing our identity. We must study our history and look at our past in order to move forward to new achievements. By learning about our history and roots, we will better understand who we are.
Қай жаққа барамыз, қандай мемлекет боламыз деген сияқты сұрақтарға жауаптың бәрі сол өткен кеткенде жатыр.
The Kazakh Khanate, The Diamond Sword, is a feature film that includes the entire first season of the historical series based on Kazakh writer Ilyas Yesenberlin's trilogy, The Nomads. The colorful and in-depth depiction of how the Kazakh Khanate was formed will find its continuation. Filming of the second season is well underway.